Today, it's been the year of the SPAC on Wall Street, and now SPAC lawsuits are starting to pile up. Plus, Tesla sales fell off a cliff in China as buyers look to other brands. And finally, AMC wants you to start buying movie tickets with Bitcoin. I'm Pippa Stevens, and this is CNBC After Hours. It was another record day for the Dow and S&P. The Senate finally passed the $1 trillion infrastructure package, and that boosted construction stocks like Caterpillar and steelmaker Nucor. We'll tell you more about that in Numbers Round. It was a negative day, though, for the CNBC SPAC 50 index, which tracks the top 50 SPACs that are currently trading. This year has been a red-hot year for SPAC mergers. The trend has now come to a halt, though, after regulatory scrutiny and a number of lawsuits, which have made investors wary. CNBC Markets reporter Yoon Lee can tell us all about it.
SPACs are touted as a backdoor way for companies to go public. It's easier and faster. Right now, a record number of companies are choosing this vehicle to tap public markets instead of a traditional IPO. So far in 2021, more than 150 SPAC deals have already announced their target, or they've already completed their merger. So we're on track for a record year, but because of the speed, it also tends to attract companies that are perhaps less ready for public company scrutiny. So far this year, we've seen a huge jump in class action lawsuits from shareholders against SPACs. There have been at least 15 cases so far this year, which is a 200% jump from last year's number. These cases are the so-called stock drop lawsuits, which means so when a stock is trading at a certain level and some bad news comes out and it leads to a significant drop in the stock price, and those shareholders are saying that the company was withholding those information and the prices was already inflated. The SPAC market had a huge slowdown, especially in the second quarter. Issuance came down about 90%. That's mostly because of a warning from the SEC. The SEC is urging the investors to take a second look at those deals before jumping in because those SPACs have greater risks than traditional IPOs and other stocks. They've been warning against celebrity-backed SPACs. They're suing Stable Road SPACs. They are putting a halt on Bill Ackman's Wrecker SPAC, as well as suing the founder of Nikola for misleading investors. So they're really taking big actions right now.
Okay, let's get to today's numbers round. We'll start with 70. Tesla is a top pick for EV shoppers here in the States, but Chinese buyers aren't as convinced. The Chinese government reported that Tesla only sold about 8,000 cars locally in July. That's a nearly 70% drop from the month before. In fact, Tesla exported 3 times as many cars from China than it sold there. Next, 62. AMC has gotten a lot of love from retail traders this year, and it wants to keep its meme stock momentum going. The theater chain announced it will accept Bitcoin for ticket purchases by the end of 2021. But that comes with some challenges. For example, Bitcoin transaction fees, which get paid by the sender of the cryptocurrency. Right now, the fee is a relatively low $2.50, but it has been as high as $62 in recent months. Ultimately, that volatility could mean higher ticket prices for those who buy in Bitcoin. And finally, $1 trillion. After weeks of negotiations, the Senate has finally passed the $1 trillion infrastructure bill. It now heads to the House, but it won't be up for a vote just yet. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has already said she won't bring it to the House floor until the Democrats pass their sweeping $3.5 trillion plan to revamp the social safety net and tackle climate change. You can follow all the latest in the infrastructure debate by going to CNBC.com and downloading the CNBC app. That's it for today's After Hours. We'll be back here every Tuesday and Thursday, so be sure to catch us then.